Welcome back. You're listening to BalaCore Fitness Show here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm Ellen Como. I'm here with
Danny Lou.
Yes, and we went to break talking about the little meltdown I had about a salad and realized that it was just part of going through the phases of menopause. Now, menopause can start in your late 30s, believe it or not, women. We're not ladies. And there's going to be little tiny signs here and there that you might not even understand. And you're getting to a place where you're becoming more independent. Now, the really cool design is that when men go through menopause, they become more nurturing and more homebodies. Women become more independent and a little bit more selfish. So it really is a perfect match. So if you notice that's starting to happen in your relationship, don't think that there's something going wrong in your relationship. I think you both need to embrace each other's roles and your own roles in that relationship and celebrate that as the next stage of your life. Because that's something that that really, again, they don't talk about. When you hear about menopause, you hear hot flashes, you hear weight gain, you hear can't sleep at night, irritability. You don't hear your new-founded understanding of yourself and a way to go back. And it's almost like because it is a new beginning, all the little mistakes and things in the past that you have made up to this point, they're kind of getting worked out naturally so you're making peace with so many parts of who you were for this next stage of your life. And people don't talk about that enough as well. That's a beautiful, amazing thing that's happening to you. So you can become anything and anyone you want at that moment because all of that stuff that has been there forever is now starting. It's just going to start to dwindle. It's amazing how it happens. And I tell you, it's happening to me and I love it, love it. So that's a positive thing. And I talked about the creativity. That's another positive thing about going through this. And now let's get through the weight gain. Weight gain, absolutely. Everyone says 8 to 10 pounds weight gain is something that you have to accept. And so I've got to tell you that 8 to 10 pounds, there's things that you can do with food and exercise that are really going to make a difference. You still might gain a little weight, but, that cannot be helped. So you might have to embrace a different look of a body. That doesn't mean the body cannot be sexy and beautiful. Don't think it can't be. When I'm finding myself and what's working really well for me, because I gained about 6 pounds in about 1 month, not doing anything different than I've ever done, and I had no idea what's going on. The beauty of it is because I've been in the industry for so long and understand nutrition and how a body works so much, I really started to kind of break things down and figure out what I do and started researching and it's working. It's working amazing. Number one thing for women, you need to lift weights. And I'm not talking 5-pound weights. You have to start with 5-pound weights, but you want to get to the 12s, to the 15s, to the 20s. You really want to lift weight. You need to keep that muscle mass up. Going on your walks, which is great, you can do that as well, but just going on your walks is not going to help. It's going to break down the muscle. It's not going to build it up. Although you're going to be burning calories, which is fantastic. Your heart is getting a great workout. It's cardio. That's wonderful. You need to lift weights. And you need to lift weights in a very specific way. It needs to almost be almost like how a bodybuilder lifts, but not to that level of weight. And number 2, the way you're eating. I talk to vegans, vegetarians. I am a carnivore, so I'm going to talk about being a carnivore, which means I do eat meat. The fat that is in red meat is actually good for a woman going through menopause. We need that. So that is something that is really good for us because it's healthy. Right now what we're trying to do is keep our levels as even as possible because we're losing. Our estrogen is going up, testosterone is going down. We have all these things going on, and that fat in the red meat helps regulate that. So protein is extremely important for us. Simple carbs, which is your starchy carbs, have got to go out the window. If you used to get away with having a cookie or 2 every day, I've got to tell you, you're going to have to say goodbye to those days. Those days are gone forever. Doesn't mean you can't have one once in a while, but you cannot do it every day. So that's got to go. You can have wine now and then. They say even a glass now and then is actually good for you of red wine. But do know that if you do have it and you do have hot flashes, those two correspond together really well. They will. Red wine brings hot flashes. It's just the way it is. So that definitely is something that that's happening. It's not in your imagination. And your meals are going to have to really center around a lot of protein, a lot of complex carbohydrates, fruit, a little bit of fruit, a lot of vegetables, and you're going to have to be really clean with all of that. As soon as you start doing that and you're lifting with weight, add weight to what you're doing, not 5 pounds, like I said, but weight in very safe movements, by the way, you can start to fight it. I did that, and it took me probably about 2 weeks of trying to figure out, I don't know what to do. And I was going through all this research, and I finally figured out what made the best sense to me. And I tried it. And after, I would say 3 weeks, that 6 pounds went down to only a weight gain of 2 pounds. So I lost 4 pounds by doing that. And it really, really works. So there's things that we can do.
And that's what at BalaCore Fitness Ellen can bring to you, not just the fitness gym. She does the nutritional part of it.
Right.
And so if you come to the gym as well, we do have a free week, and she can give you all this information. So many women are going through this part of their life. They might just want the information. And the information, you started a website that we'll talk about.
Well, if you go onto Facebook, go to Fitopause, Fito Pause, P-A-U-S-E, Fitopause. And I put videos up every day. I'm going to be starting to film my workouts, put that on there. A lot more nutrition information is going to be coming soon. So we have a lot of good stuff coming. Okay, we're going to take a break here. We're going to be right back. This is Danny Lou and Ellen Como on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. You're listening to BalaCore Fitness Show here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm Ellen Como here with Danny Lou. We're talking about it. Well, first we started talking about that voice in your head that tells you that there's something you should do, and are you going to listen to it or not? I decided to listen to the voice. And that voice told me to become a spokesperson for menopause, women going through menopause, and I named it Fitopause. And Fitopause means going through all the phases of menopause, feeling beautiful, strong, and sexy, and how we're bombarded with negative information all the time about menopause. It's horrible, it's awful, and can I tell you, some women do have extreme symptoms where they have to go to the doctor, and they really need to get the doctor involved. Not every woman does, though. So, if you are one of those women and you're going through very, very extreme symptoms, it can be crippling, and I do want to send out a lot of empathy that way, because I understand that could be that way. But if you also work with your doctor and lift with some weight and try to get your nutrition, at least you're going to get through it better than you would have. It's not going to be great, but it'll be better than it would have. And then the rest of us that are going through it kind of naturally, if we go in with an attitude that it's going to be terrible, it's going to be terrible. If we go into an attitude of we're going to really go through this, and a lot of positive changes are occurring, and really enjoy the woman that we're becoming, we're going to go through it in a very, very positive way. So, I guess we're going to get to pick and choose how we go through this, and I'm deciding to go through it as positive as possible.
The thing I just wanted to add was, there is, of course, more severe, and you need doctor help, medicine.
Absolutely.
But if there's a way now that we're learning, because you didn't even know, you in the fitness industry going through all this, you put together a program, and the things that worked, it tried it and error, and now you're going to have this website and share with women all over the world. This is going to be a world thing.
It is, yeah. We're going to a red carpet event tomorrow to actually support my friend who's a producer and produced her own movie. But she invited us there. She's so excited about that and wants us to share it. I'm wearing no makeup right now. I'm in big baggy clothes right now because I'm going to do a photo shoot for it right now as we speak. And I was at a pageant for Miss California this weekend because we had Emily here 2 weeks ago. And by the way, Emily got first runner-up to Miss California.
First runner-up.
But she has some really exciting news. But until it's in concrete, I'm not going to tell you. But, they say sometimes things don't work out the way that you think they will be because they work out better. And that's the case for Emily. So I'll share that good stuff when I can. I have to get the okay from Emily first. She did amazing. Well, being at this pageant and talking to women of all ages, and pageant women aren't what you think they are. They are amazing women, and they're strong, and they're successful, and each and every one of them really has a heart for something. Some of it ranges from autism to obesity. I mean, everyone has something that they feel very, very passionate about. And it was great to be able to sit down with them and talk about all their different passions and how passionate they were. And some of the directors and people that had been in the pageants now are older, in their 40s and their 50s, and talking about how they spread the word of their passions and how outspoken they are to help others. And that's what this is all about, is helping others. What can we do to make other people's lives a little bit better by speaking out against things that we see? So it's very interesting. And when I started talking about the Fitipause, this positive response and the stories that were being shared to me by women and the laughter that we shared because of them was just brilliant. And that's what Fitipause is about. It's a positive way to get through these phases. You can get through this beautiful, sexy, and strong. You can. There's no reason you can't. You're going to find out things about yourself that you never knew. You're going to be able to take a risk you've never taken before. You're going to hear that little voice, and instead of saying, oh, no, you're going to say yes now because you can. So look at the positive parts of the changes that are going on in your life.
Well, the other thing that's coming to my mind is, as I'm hearing more about it, I think I can be a little more patient and tolerant. What you hear just in the horror stories from men, and again, being 51, I have a lot of married friends, unmarried friends, remarried friends, 3 times married friends, engaged, all the realms. And when women are going through the menopausal state, all you hear is, they treat me horrible. They treat me bad. And then they will admit, and I've even heard at the gym or gyms that I've been at, oh my gosh, I'm just yelling at my whole family. I don't yell at anybody else in my, like at my work or anybody. I treat them with respect. But I get home, and the ones I love, I just unleash it. And I don't know why. And now that you kind of are mentioning this, and I've been working out, I'm feeling better about myself. And I've literally heard true testimony about that. So not only is the Fitipause going to help the females, and I know we'll be talking later shows, but if the men can learn what the women are going through and understand that makes our life so much easier, because sometimes we just don't know what's going on, and sometimes the women didn't know what's going on. And now that Ellen's going to have a platform explaining all that on Fitipause every day, you can DM her on Facebook, and she'll start answering questions. She's going to be a renowned, knowledgeable speaker on this. Mark my words, a year from now, she'll be wanted at all these events.
And I got to say too, and they say, well, who are your experts? And I do have some experts I'm reaching out, but can I tell you, the expert on your journey through your menopause is you. You're the expert, because you're the only one that knows what you're going through. What I can do is share what I'm learning and give you things and give you positive ways to take this stuff. But we all become our own experts in this journey. And I got to say, what Danny was saying is, for women to understand what men are going through at the same time that we're going through this, men are getting more nurturing and they're getting more homebodied. And so for us to understand that, we might have more patience for them. We're not used to our man coming home and being as nurturing as they are. It's uncomfortable for us. We don't get it. And we're in our rage where we just want to throw everything around, pillows around the room. And this man walks in and he needs a little bit more attention and love that he's never needed before in his life, because he is being more nurturing now and needs to be nurtured a little bit more now. So he's really not getting what he needs. She's blowing up in a corner. If she realizes, oh my gosh, I have a teammate here that I can lean on, that's becoming more sensitive and nurturing to me. Wow. You're not my enemy. You're my teammate now. Oh, let's do this together. You can really get a great adversary in your husband, in your partner, and the men in your life, if you realize that. And the man realizes that the woman is becoming a little bit more independent, not because she's pulling away from the man. It's because she's finally finding out who she is to be a better her for her husband. So if he can realize that, he'll be more secure as well. We're going to be right back. This is Ellen Como and Danny Liu on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.